For us, Tagboard as a business case is not about social engagement per se. No one's going to watch a tick mark move on a dashboard somewhere about how many tweets came in to react to something. It may happen, but it's hard to gauge. We are doing so many other things on social that putting tweets on screen, unless it's a particular tweet, to say that that moved the needle is hard. What does move the needle for us is this is a space on the screen that is brandable for us. It shows up at the beginning of the pandemic, and as a result, it isn't like so many of the assets you mentioned. A logo on the mat, a post. Those are things that people are buying for long-term buys. All of a sudden you had a new asset show up on screen, we could put up a tweet, and under that we just put in a chip. And that allowed us to sell to media entities, for example, where they're buying a movie, or they're buying a television series, or just shorter buys like that. So it just became a new platform for those advertising opportunities, and we used it as such. We are sitting on top of the UFC platform, so when you buy any sponsorship spot in a major sport, it's going to go for a substantial amount of money, and these are no different. They go for a substantial amount of money. It's made a substantial impact to the bottom line. And I think it has done so not just by putting a simple chip there. You can also, when you put together a full package for a client, you are oftentimes saying to them, here is the broadcast integration you will get. Here is the integration you'll get on our social channels. And Tagboard bridges those two for us, where if somebody is promoting something via social, and it is authentic to the conversation that we are having in the broadcast, not $10 off of burgers. We don't do that kind of work. Somebody is soliciting feedback. We do something today, which is the crypto fan favorite of vote. So the fan favorite fighter gets a bonus in cryptocurrency. That vote is spoken about on social. That's how we promote it. Bringing that into the broadcast as a social post activates that social engagement in the broadcast, amplifies it. It's just part of the mix now. We talk about the value add of an asset sometimes by multiples. And I think on Wall Street, right, if you were to make 10x is the like unicorn is the 10 bagger. In sponsorship, there are certain things that you can do that will make you 100 times what they cost, right? If you use them correctly. Now, the particular asset is one part of the cost. There are all sorts of additional efforts and humans and time and effort and things like that. But for us, Tagboard is at that level. The amount of things that we have done with the product since we have used it is an enormous multiple of the original cost that we put into it, certainly from a setup perspective. If you'd told me that this was going to be 6 months of work and we'd have to do all sorts of API integrations and it would still have been worth it. It's weird. There are some things that you do and you're like, God, that was so easy. I'm almost shocked at how big an impact it has. It should have been harder given how big the impact was, right? That's where we are with Tagboard, is it should have been harder given how big a deal it has been inside of the org.